Hey guys, welcome back to Skytania episode 19. So in the last episode, we prepped some stuff to make a tree farm based on a Mischief of Mice design. Today, I am hopefully going to make that tree farm. So we'll see how it goes. I did make one addition to their design. They recommended that you might want to add a second hopper hawk, which we're going to do. But other than that, it is pretty much a verbatim carbon copy of what they did. So, I've got everything, I hope. I did forget to prep some things in the last episode. We need a chest, an observer, some coarse dirt, and items for the item frames, whatever the tree farm can drop. So, in this case, apples, saplings, and oak wood. But I think everything else we had prepped from last time, so let's hope that works out. So, step one, we're going to add some more blocks to this. We've got a 2x7 platform right now. Doesn't matter what these blocks are, it's simply to lift other blocks off the ground. If you want to have them hang in the air, you can do that too. But, you know. And we'll be taking some of this stuff out to put things here, but mostly that's what we're doing. So, okay. I need to have some more blocks, so we need... These blocks won't matter what they are. Now we're going to have the coarse dirt is going to be here. And then we're going to break this block to put a mana pool under that. So let's get one of the mana pools. And next to that, we're going to have a block of grass. And under that, we're going to have the other coarse dirt. So where is my dirt guy? Yep, there we go. And next to that, there's going to be a grass block. Next to that's going to be mycelium. And then this block is not going to matter, so it's just going to be cobblestone. And this block is going to be grass. So, why are there different block types? Mycelium will spread to dirt, and we need to put the hopper hawk or one of them on mycelium. Otherwise, it will not pick up things properly. It will pick up things before we had a chance to replant the saplings, which would not be a good thing. So, our saplings are going to be planted here. In 1.12, you can plant things on coarse dirt, and it will stay coarse dirt. I hear that changed in newer versions of Minecraft. So, it may not work in 1.14 when that comes around, but who knows when that'll be for modded stuff. So, okay. So let's go ahead and make our grass. Let me double check one thing real quick. Okay, yeah, I think everything is good with that. So what we're going to do is actually, let's break this block and let's make it grass as well. So let's take the grass seed and just plant it pretty much anywhere. And then we're going to spread all of the grass. Should put the grass in the center, not the edge. Come on. Come on. Oh, that's coarse dirt. That won't spread. We don't want that to spread. That's fine. Alright, so let's see here. So where does that leave us with everything else that we're doing? So here is going to be our mycelium block. So we need to put some dirt back there and get the ancient spores for that. There we go. And that's going to be where the hopper hawk goes. But won't plant that just yet. Maybe we will. Actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and plant the hopper hawks. So the hopper hawks are going to go here and here. And we're also going to need there to be a chest right next to this guy. That's going to be our wood and our apples chest. So we're going to get the item frames for that. Put that on one side and then the other. So we only want this hopper hawk to pick up wood and apples. Everything else we picked up by this hopper hawk. Now he could also pick up apples and wood, and that's fine, but what the mycelium does is it gives him a delay, and that way we'll be able to plant the saplings that drop before, you know, this thing picks them up. So, everything else over here does not matter what kind of block it is, so we're just going to use cobblestone because we've got lots of that. So, what else are we going to do? We've got our hopper hawk right over here. we're going to have a random carpus right here. The random carpus, it takes blocks that are dropped in the world and places them on top of blocks near in its range that are the same block over which it is placed. So the grass doesn't count because it has to be planted on grass or dirt unless it's floating. But this block under here is coarse dirt, which is why it will plant the saplings on the coarse dirt. So if I just toss a block on the ground, it's going to pick that block up and place it right there. Same thing will happen for the trees when that goes. So that's the plan to make that happen. So here is going to be where the open crate is. This is going to drop our saplings, and we need to break this so saplings have somewhere to drop down. That's where our wooden pressure plate's going to go because we want to stop the hopper from dropping things when there's already a sapling out there. Place the hopper into the open crate, and we're going to break this block as well. This is where our redstone repeater is going to go. So when there is something on here, it's going to repeat the signal into this block space, and then we will use redstone to come back up here and stop the hopper from running. So whenever we have a signal up here, this will go, this will be turned on, and the hopper will not drop things. I'm going to have to adapt the design a little bit more. We're going to have to adapt it to use a Solognolia as well. But other than that, it's fine. Okay, so that's all good. It picked up the redstone, but I don't actually want it to do that. So there is our final item frame. Put that on the other side, actually, so we can see it. Put that over there. I only want you picking up saplings. So there is where our first of 3 saplings is going to go for the item filter. So now any saplings will go back into the hopper. Alright, so where does that leave us? It placed the redstone. It placed what it can place. Alright, so here is the observer. So our tree is going to be right here, and here is our observer. So it watches for block updates here, and when it gets one, it sends a redstone signal. So we need to break this block so we can redstone this down into here. There we go. And here is our redstone. Our redstone is going to go into this pulse mana spreader. And actually, we don't want that there either. So here is our pulse mana spreader. And it is going to have our bore resistance lens. So the bore resistance lens does 2 things. Bore means it breaks blocks. It's going to be pointed up at a block up here, and that will be where the tree gets grown, and it breaks it, and that will be good. So let's see here. I need to make sure we don't grow giant trees, though. And to do that, we're going to use this stone slab here. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up, and that's where the stone slab will be. Making sure we only grow trees that are 6 tall. Pick that up before the random carpet tries to plant cobblestone back. Alright, so when our tree grows, it will change the block state. That will trigger this guy, which will come down and send a pulse mana. And send a pulse of mana that will break blocks, which will break the tree, and that will go right up here. So let's see here. We need to put one of the mana pools. Okay, actually, it needs to go on the left, not on the right. Okay, there we go. So what we want to do now is we want to bind. We want to put, actually I want to put another mana spreader. We're going to put 1 mana spreader right here. We're going to put it right there. If I can. Alright. And this guy is going to have one of the 2 phantom lenses. So where is your actual mana shooty thing? There we go. And we're going to bind this guy to this mana pool. So the Phantom Lens will make it so that mana bursts travel through blocks and carry their mana on to other things. I'm not sure what other things will go, but this is basically going to preserve our mana for us by putting it back into this mana pool. Now, the other one needs to be shooting at the same place. So we're going to bind this mana spreader to this pool. Yep, there we go. So this one is going to shoot through the tree, break the tree. Whatever mana remains will end up in this mana pool. And whatever mana we get from there, we will send back from here into this pool. So that ought to work out pretty well. Now, the last step in this design is the munch do. So let's see here. The munch do, I believe, is, what is it, 1, 2 blocks above the chest. Yeah, so we need a piece of dirt there. Alright, so that's where the munch do is going to go. The munch do's job is to eat the leaves and make mana. And when it makes mana, it's going to shoot a mana burst at that guy over there. So we're going to put the mana spreader on his left side. And then we're going to aim that guy into this pool. So any extra mana from the munch do will go here. And what we need to do now is make sure the drum of the canopy is in front of this guy. So we're going to put a block of dirt out there in front of him. And then place the drum right there. And what that will do is it will fire the mana burst through that drum, and whatever mana remains will end up in the mana pool. And to make sure we get mana back in the mana pool, we need to put the Phantom Lens on him. So there's the other Phantom Lens. Wow, that is complicated. Is it done now at least? We've got an extra mana pool. Let's see where these guys are bound. They are bound to mana pools I don't want them to be. That's why we have the extra one. So we can bind it to this empty one, which will have nothing in it. That way it won't waste mana that we're going to use for this design. Okay, I think that is all fine and good. So let's do a couple things. First off, I need to get some mana into these two pools. I think. We'll see. Yeah, so we're going to just dump some from our mana tablet in there. You don't need very much at all. In fact, in their design, they used diluted mana pools. I changed it, but I think the reason I changed it wasn't actually a good reason. It just, I did it and it's done. So it's fine. It won't matter. But I don't think I actually needed to change it. Let's see here. If I take that coarse dirt, will it become dirt or will it stay coarse dirt? Say coarse dirt. Good. That'll make it easier to dump stuff in there. So, yeah. Yep, just a very little bit of mana is all we need to get this started. So there's the coarse dirt, planting that back over there. They said you need to have mana in here too. I'm not really sure why, but let's go ahead and make sure about that. Alright. So basically, what happens now is it shoots mana back and forth. That's what it does. So hopefully, with the munch do, it will get enough mana left over to make this a self-sustaining system. So the last step is to put the two saplings down. We're going to put those into the hopper. It will plant that one. A block update happens, but nothing else is going to happen right now because, you know, nothing else is going to happen until anything's ready. So let's see here. Let's get a platform to stand on. And let's twerk this tree till it grows. There we go. Mana Burst fires. That goes over. Munchdew eats the leaves. And shortly after, it will fire a Mana Pulse. Oh, I didn't bind it to this Mana Spreader. Now it'll fire a Mana Pulse. There we go. So, what will happen with that is that will break the leaves, but leave the drops. And so the Hopper Hawk picks up the drops. You can see where we've got wood and apples in here, and that is basically an automated tree farm. And the one thing that's annoying is this drum is super loud. I really hate how loud it is, and it makes noise a lot. So I'm so glad I've got Super Sound Muffler to muffle that sound, because I really don't want to hear it all the time. So there we go. That is an automated tree farm. Pretty much anyway. I hope it will be. I have not ever just walked away and watched and seen that it actually did everything it's supposed to do. So let's put some platforms over here so I can stand up if I need to. They shouldn't affect any of that. There we go. I mean, I've got I've got a jetpack, so it shouldn't matter that much, but it's still nice. Okay. Now, occasionally during testing, what I saw was that it would find, the random harvest would find a wood block and plant it there instead of the sapling. Now, if that happens, we should get a block update, and it should break the block again. So it should correct itself. I'm not 100% sure it will, but that's the hope. So, yeah. And there we go. Let's try one more. Come on. Come on. The problem with single tree farms is that, they're very slow to grow. I swear sometimes they grow fast and they take forever to grow. There we go. Munchdew got some of the leaves. It fired that up. It broke this. But then that happened again. It didn't break everything over there. And I saw this happen once or twice too. I didn't understand why it happened. Which is very odd. It should have broken all those things. I'm not clear why it did. And this is some of the problems I noticed in testing that make me a little bit worried about this design. Okay, I think I took all the saplings. Okay. Let's try that one more time. I'm hoping that won't happen. It happened like once in testing, but I'm hoping it won't happen like, too often. Come on, grow. Maybe I should get, it might have been that I had too many block updates. I think my testing may have been what caused the problem. So, we'll have to see about that. Okay, that is pretty much a working system, I think. Yeah, I think that I simply caused too many block updates with the tree twerking mod, so we didn't get the signal at the right time, and all we got was the tree that got the leaves broken, and nothing else happened. So if I'm not over here trying to spam things into functioning, it should work. Let's try it one more time. There we go. Block update. Now, the one thing about testing this design is that the Munchdew has a cooldown period. It's, I think, 2 minutes. So, it's not going to eat these leaves right now. That's okay. It will eventually, or they'll decay on their own. Either way, it's fine. And we're not going to get more than, one tree every 2 minutes when I walk away from this. So it really is not a problem for that to happen. So yeah, I think this is going pretty well. The only thing I want to do is get a Solagnolia, and with that Solagnolia, we should have a complete design. I'm not sure what it will need to be, but we'll figure that out once we get it. There you go. See? Take care of that. Okay. So let's get a Solagnolia. Alright, Solagnolias require brown, red, blue, and a redstone root. Do we have enough blue? Yep. Red and brown. Let's get some of the brown flowers. Turn those into petals. Okay, 2 brown, 1 blue, 1 red, and a redstone root. And I need water, so we're going to need the Rod of the Seas. Let's see, you and you can go away, I think, now. I need a seed as well. Okay, so my Rod of the Seas got. Did I put it up by mistake? There we go. I have to my tablet too. Okay, so let's see. Let's get that Wand of the Forest back so I can check which mode you're in. You are giving mana to tablets. Good. It's okay. We got plenty of mana right now. I'm not too worried about it. My hope is that we get enough from this system, enough wood, that, you know, when I'm just walking around doing something, I won't have to go grow things. Now, this is automated, but it's kind of slow. I'm not sure how well this design is going to work long term. So, we'll see. I mean, just the one tree? I don't know. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. Brown, brown, red, blue, redstone root, Solagnolia. So, let me get my Rod of the Sea, Rod of the Lands back. 2, 3, 4. Okay. 2, 3, 4. So I'm thinking this is about the center of the area. So why don't we try to plant a Solagnolia there? Now, what is its area of effect? Let's bind that. Actually, that might be perfect. Yeah, I'm thinking... And it bound this mana pool, so it won't be using mana either. No, it did bind to the wrong mana pool. Now the range is larger. Okay, that was my fault. Yeah, it is now... Which one are you bound? Oh, you're bound to that one. Okay. Well, I don't want you to be bound to that one. I don't want you to be bound to the other one. Why did you bind to the one? I hope that I can place you and then... Unless I break that guy and not have any mana in him for a minute. Can we do that? Let's see if we can do that. We've got, we're giving mana to tap. We're, taking it, so let's... Okay, so let's break the flower, place it, and bind it. Got my tablet. So you now have no mana, and you're not bound properly. Okay, you've got stuff in you, so let's switch you back to getting from the tablet. Good enough. You don't need very much. Yep, okay. So, there we go. Automated tree farm. I hope, anyway. You know, it's going to be a little bit slow, because it takes a long time for trees to grow naturally. One idea is to use an agrocarnation, which helps plants grow faster. That is one idea we could toy with. Another thing would be, you know, a dispenser that bone meals plants. We could do that, and that might be something that could be done. So there are definitely some options for speeding this up. Why don't we look into what it would take to make an aggrecarnation real quick and see if that's feasible? Because I believe if we only use one, we should have enough stuff there. Needs a rune of spring. That's water and fire and 3 saplings and wheat. We might be able to get all of those right now. 3 saplings, a piece of wheat. And then it was water and fire, I believe. Yeah. Let's see if we can do this real quick. So, water, fire, wheat. 1, 2, 3 of those guys. I need this guy. Can put my magnet back on. I need a living rock. It's almost there. Almost there. Would be nice to have a faster mana spreader, so probably get to the Gaia tier. The Elven tier. Okay, so aggrecarnation requires... That's what I wanted. Okay, yellow, green, 2 lime, and a redstone root. Our last redstone root. Okay. Yellow, 2 lime, and a green. There we go. Need a seed. And there we are, an aggrecarnation. So, yeah, we should be able to plant this guy. I don't want to block the mana pool. I want to be able to see that, so I don't want to plant him there. Can't go on the other side. I guess we could plant him maybe here. I think that might work. Let's try it and see what happens. So if I break this guy and put dirt down there and put the saplings back and then put the aggrecarnation there. So that is bound to that mana pool, right? I don't think you are. It's got mana. What is your range? Plenty. Okay. That, I believe, should help that grow. So, we'll see how that ends up working out. And I guess, hopefully next episode, we'll come back and have, like, lots of wood. I'm not 100% sure it's going to work, but got 23 already and a couple apples. I mean, obviously we twerked most of that, but growth up 8 ticks. So, yeah, I think it's going well. I think. Mostly. Yeah. I'm going to let it go and come back, and we will see what it's like after it just sits there for a while. So, that's a good wrapping up point for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please give me a like and a subscribe. If you didn't like it, you should have left by now. I don't know what you're still doing here. So, yeah. I don't have anything else to say. See you next time.